video, famous last words. But why are you worried about Bob? Is that what I said? Why are you worried? Why are you tunnel visioned on Pastor Bob? Why is everybody asking me, why don't you do? They don't ask that. Why don't you talk about Pastor Bob anymore? Do you believe in the theories that we've been discussing? I don't know. That's just a silly way of putting it. But that's some of the questions I'm getting. And now that I'm working with George magazine, some of you still don't know that. Some of you are still kind of realizing what's kind of going on. I'm here to ask you, are you guys really connecting the dots? I mean, really. Are you connecting the dots? Or are you just tunnel vision focused on this Bob video, this thing with Gene Ho, this thing with Dave Blaze, this thing with Tori Delury? I mean, I can go on and on. I could mention all the writers. Are you guys really connecting the dots? Do you guys understand and see why I'm working with George magazine? Why have I made some changes? The questions often give the most answers. I just covered an article yesterday from Tracy Caffey, and we're talking about how don't bite that apple. That's the title of her article, meaning the apple of knowledge. Going back to the very first words from the Bible, Adam and Eve, the first chapters, and what went wrong. There's nothing wrong with staying up to date, knowing what's going on, getting the latest videos, or not. And that goes against my own my own channels. Yeah, I want you guys to watch the videos. I want you to have fun, be interested, and all that kind of stuff. But I don't want that at the detriment of you losing focus on what's most important. I could make this whole video just asking the question here in my shorts and coffee and sandals. Are you guys really connecting the dots? Knock, knock. Anyone there? Are you there? I've asked the question before. What if you found out today that the theory you believe in, this theory over here was true? And hey, I'm the one, I'm going to tell you. Yay, I get to be the one who tells you. Maybe on some theories, that'll happen someday. Have you ever thought about that? But what if that was today? What if I just, I go over here, I go in the kitchen, I get extra dramatic for effect, and I tell you exactly what you thought was true and what you wanted to know. Then what? Is that going to make your life magically better? And yeah, everything's great now. And now I can finally do all those things that God told me I should do with my life because I know the answer to that conspiracy theory. Okay, I use the word conspiracy theory because it's actually a badge of honor now to have that. It's like my microphone right here. It is the badge of honor to be called a theorist or a factist or a factualismist. At some point, you have to ask yourself, are you really, like, who do you need to lay it out for you? Do you think yourself not worthy enough to discern and figure out what the truth is? What if I told you the opposite right now of what you're thinking about things? This could be any subject. What if I told you the opposite? But everything that you've experienced, recognized, paid attention to, it went against what I said. Are you just going to change your mind and think otherwise? No. And you know what? You shouldn't, because God gave you that brain and that discernment for a reason. Good timing, Rhonda. What if Jesus comes back tomorrow or right now? Maybe he's going to come back as I take a sip of this coffee. Hello, Lord. It didn't happen. Maybe it'll be the next second or the next second. Which is why also we should be anticipating his return, but we shouldn't live our life like our life is about over either. One of the hugest pet peeves I have about pastors who just preach about end times all the time and are tunnel visioned on that. It's everything has a balance, right? Everything under the sun. I would rather live my life like Jesus could return right now, but I'm going to live my life like it's going to be 20 or 30 years from now, because it could very well happen. Our timing is not God's timing. Our minds are like no comparison to God's mind. But let's get back to the point of this video one more time, because this is not going to be a long one. Famous last words. I always say that and go long, but I'm pretty sure for real this time. Are you connecting the dots? Have you seen enough? What else do you need to know? Isn't one of the goals of all this stuff to have more community, revival? Isn't that what Pastor Bob wants and preaches, talks about? Isn't that why he shares the gospel? Isn't that why his focus is the gospel? Okay, you love Pastor Bob. So do I. Then what? You guys are really great at discerning. I think our community is. However, if you never move to the next point of, okay, on this topic, I've seen enough. Applause. Yay! We made it. I've seen enough on this topic. Move on. Move on right now. If you want to just watch videos of Pastor Bob all day, every day, all week long, this is not the channel for you. It is probably the best channel to find Pastor Bob and George Magazine videos. Not a brag, just true. And I will keep updating you guys. Absolutely. This is going to be one of the best places you can possibly be for updates about Pastor Bob, George Magazine, everything that they're doing. However, I'm not going to tunnel vision on that. I would rather tunnel vision, like Elaine said, on Jesus and my purpose. And why do I do the things that I do for you guys? Is because I'm trying to live my purpose, and that is much more important than any organization or any one person in this world. So, last time, to wrap it up, are you connecting the dots? Are you good? Are you sure? Because I don't know. Do I got to get another coffee? We got to talk about this? Some of you get it. Some of you get it. A few don't, totally. But you're trying to. Come back. I'm coming back, Elaine. Everybody. I should just start doing that. Dramatic effect. There's, I'm not sure. Maybe I'll try putting this in different ways. But there's been so many videos on this channel alone. You can go to our playlists. You can watch yourself silly. But what next? Nobody knows better than I the videos that are on this channel and other places. None of you know better than I, obviously, because I put them there. So I'm asking you, what else do you want? What are you going to do with all this information, discernment? For me, I think of like the last 10 years, 2015 to 2025, because for me, that's kind of like the date I can point back to and say, yeah, that's when it really started happening on all these different levels and topics and things, just climbing the mountain, going up. And now I feel like I'm pretty much here. I've arrived, but I don't know everything, but I don't need to either. I just need to know what God has for me, has done for me, and what he wants for me. So I'm thankful. I'm grateful. I don't have to know everything anymore. I thought I did. There was most of those years in there and months where I was thinking, oh, I got to figure it out. I got to know it. I got to know it. And very much so in the last year too, I got to admit. However, from seeing some of the comments, some of the responses over the last month, once I started working with George more and doing a slight little shift, I'm realizing that I could post videos about something forever. And there's going to be lots of you who are really good at discerning, but you're never going to reach a point where you're just like, okay, Lord, I'm good. Now what should I do next? There's so much noise, videos, and things on the internet that the last few months, when certain things occurred, I had to take a really close look at what I did with my time, because I realized even though I was pretty productive, I was still bouncing all over the place. And I could be doing so much better and so much more on a straighter path if I wasn't bouncing all over the place and trying to keep up with everything that's happening. Because there's too much happening online. And if you keep telling yourself that I need to know this, and because I don't trust my discernment, I need to know all these things as they happen, you're never going to be satisfied. You're never going to really, truly be grateful. So, last time, and then I'm going to say bye. Sorry, I'm not doing shout outs today very well. Rhonda, Diane, Janice, Jasper, Elaine, Sue. Some of you I already said hi to, so you're getting extra hellos. But yeah, thank you all for joining me. Eddie, what's up? So last time, and then I'm going to go, but really connect the dots. You've put in the puzzles pieces where you needed them. You're feeling pretty good about it. It's time to move on. I'll see you all again soon. Take care.